Issue 10. We start out seeing Sonic disguised as someone named Bob Beaky sneaking into a robot facility. The only way this robot would recognize and expect a Bob Beaky is if he really existed as a persona that everyone knows about, and Sonic's disguise was good enough to be mistaken for him. Maybe he disguised himself as someone they didn't know, that big identity, and got himself enslaved. Either way, he remarks quietly to the robots, "Blow it out of your tubes." So it's a good thing they couldn't hear him with hearing that should be more advanced for robots. Giving his disguise away right away, he immediately saves an exhausted Mobian from a robot threatening him with an electric whip for being tired. At least him destroying those robots would get rid of the witnesses to who was really under the disguise. For some reason, one of the robots doesn't notice that he has a hole in his chest until it's too late, when you'd think robots should be programmed to feel pain for that very reason. A rabbit tells him that they can't leave through the main gate since the place is full of badniks. One of them even says the place is haunted. That would make sense if it was haunted by the vengeful spirits of the people Eggman killed here. Wait, those badniks are seriously called grabbers? Okay, I could have figured out a name like that. One of them grabs a civilian, and Sonic predictably makes short work of it with his super speed. An animal is freed from him, and he says that he was put in the badnik for not working hard enough. Wait, what? I kept being told by this comic last issue that the only punishment was death, and we just saw Mobians being threatened with electric whips. But now all of a sudden they're being put in badniks. Then the place is filled with Megamack like in Chemical Plant Zone, and Sonic runs into and gets threatened by a giant slime monster, who was once a scientist working with Eggman on Megamack when a compartment he was working in was flooded with it. He somehow indeed became made of the chemical instead of dying a horrible death to it. I guess there was an overflow of chaos energy around, and it decided to give him a fate worse than death on a whim. He introduces himself by the new name of Megatox, and he says it at Sonic. I'm guessing that, like always, he has rings in his aura protecting him, or else this chemical designed to kill him would have done so by now. He's submerged in the chemical at first, being threatened with drowning in it, but immediately moves around in a spin dash, pulling it apart and escaping the chemicals. He thinks to himself that sometimes he's so cool that he even surprises himself. And Megatox says that even being in contact with him will kill him when he's clearly been in contact with a slime for a long time here, and still he's not even sick, so why is he still under that delusion? Sonic dives under the slime and spin dashes to burrow through the floor in a U-shape, getting the chemical to rush through it, taking advantage of the fact that it's liquid. He at least thinks that the chemical he's in is starting to make him feel dizzy, so at least it's sort of affecting him realistically, but either it should kill him outright or not affect him at all. Then he runs around in a circle and thinks that he's making like a propeller to suck the Megamack through the hole, taking Megatox with it, and it gets sent in multiple different directions. The sheer fact that Sonic knew that would happen from running around in a circle, I mean, he may not be able to put it into technical terms, but he knows a lot about physics. This issue was by Nigel Kitching, and introduces Sonic's Bob Beaky disguise, letting him sneak into facilities. We never see him getting the materials for this important disguise for the rest of the comic, by the way. It just shows up out of nowhere. And it reveals that the workers in the factory get put into badniks for not working hard enough, even though I was given every indication last issue that the only punishment was death. Anyway, Sonic saves some civilians and defeats a scientist somehow fused with Megamack in a rather creative way by taking advantage of the fact that it's made of liquid and can be affected by strong, speed-created currents in the same way. So that was cool. Aside from the inconsistency with the fact that not everybody is put in badniks already, this was pretty fun.